All right. Hey, girls.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm sitting out by my pool today because I've got some loud stuff happening inside my house. But I'm excited to be here chatting today with you girls because we are finishing. Well, we have one more after this, but we're kind of going through this series of posts based off of a video by Jill On Call that she did that we just loved and resonated with us so much about the things we should be doing every day in our business. And the one we're going to discuss in more in detail today is making a post. One of the things she recommended was every day making a post for your business. So obviously that's referring to social media because that's where we make posts. And so I was thinking about this and thinking, where are the places I make posts? Because I make posts on my Instagram. I make them specifically in my stories. I make them on my grid. I'm making them in private Facebook groups, on my, public Facebook page, my personal. I also have a business, which I don't use very much because Facebook killed business pages a long time ago. But anyway, and that's what I use. My husband's huge on TikTok. That's where he goes. I know everyone has kind of their place where you're showing up. Maybe you're using Telegram, whatever that is. I think it is so important to be showing up regularly. And so Jill suggested showing up every day to make a post. And so I think that's what we're going to chat about today. So what do you think, girls?
I
Well,
agree with every day. I like every day.
I like every day too. What I was going to say about that in complete authenticity is I go stints of not posting. So
Me
I
too.
guess what I would say about this is don't feel bad if you're not posting every day. Like the goal is to post every day. But as a perfect example, sometimes I feel like I just don't have anything to post or things are going on. But then I have a day like yesterday, where we had a fun project outside. We were making something, for our house, and we had lots of pretty pictures. It's spring, lots of flowers. And I posted a ton, right? So I think, don't feel bad and don't just stop. I hear this a lot, like, they even write it in. I haven't posted in a long time, like that's the
First post you make after not.
Don't do that. Just jump in and share your life regardless of how long it's been since you posted or not.
No, but there are so many resources out there and within our community, even in our business group and stuff, of ideas of things to post about. Like there's just idea lists if you can't think of something to post about. So find an idea list to come up with what to post about. And I think when she was talking about make a post every day, part of that is just show your life and show you're using the oils, but also sometimes it's about educating about the oils, but educating about the oils, like it's not like, here's a bottle of lemon and here are the constituents in the bottle of lemon and let me give you a list of sciencey things that will bore you.
No, even if I love you and I think you're the coolest, I'm not reading that. Reading that.
Education along the life.
Love hearing stories, right? And if we're using our products, we're going to have stories to tell. And so when you're making a post, tell your story. That's what people love. They love a good story.
Yes.
Okay, so Jamie, you were talking about the lemon thing. Give us that example.
Okay, well, here's an example from this week, and I should post about this. But Lucas had to be at soccer practice, and they had this special little shirt that they're supposed to wear. And it was for like a tryout situation. And the first day they put name tags on everybody and he threw it in the wash and I didn't see that it had a name tag on it. And so it went through the wash with a name tag, which you all know what that does is it leaves grime in the shape of a square.
Yes.
But he still has to wear this for these practices. And so I was like, grab the lemon oil. And so we pulled the lemon oil out, took the shirt off of him just because I needed friction and he didn't like me rubbing on him. So took his shirt off and we put lemon oil drops on it. And I just used that friction and that gunk all came straight off. And we were like, thank God, because we were like ready to run off the door to sports. Cause you don't notice these things ahead of time.
No.
And he made it to practice and he smelled good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
So-
story is so much better than you being like, oh my gosh, I just fell in love with lemon all over again. I'm gonna make a post about it. Lemon is so good for your lymphatic system. It helps you drain. It's good for your immune system. And you
Yeah.
never even mention the thing that
Like
like
you're
just
yeah,
made
for
your
it.
life so much easier. You know, like we can't get into like the science hole when we're
Mhm.
posting for the most
Yeah.
part.
Well,
And
it's
if
always
you
been my
do-
favorite thing with the company to be able to bring it alongside your life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an education knowledge person, but I have like fun stories that I can share about. So like, just keep bringing the business right along with your life and
Mhm.
post those
Yep.
things.
And you know what? Sometimes those more sciencey posts are interesting for
Yeah.
people who are already using oils. So that kind of stuff is fun to put into like your education
So
space.
good. Yes.
You know, the people who are like, I'm already in it and I want to know more, they sometimes like a good education post.
Right. Or like send an email to your people. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you just fell in love with lemon again. Okay, post about it to get your story and then
then
dive into the maybe like the more sciencey stuff in an
Beautiful.
email or your education group or whatever.
Yes. Beautiful.
So another thing we could chat about too is graphics, because I know that, I mean, you can fall down the rabbit hole of Canva and just,
Go to town.
or whatever, like, and there's apps, there's different things where you're like making your own graphics and all of a sudden you've spent 2 hours making a graphic that
Yeah.
honestly you guys sometimes doesn't even do anything other. I mean, it might make your feed look good if you're really, really good at graphics, but it's not really going to sell anything. The story is what sells, not the graphics. So just be careful about going down those rabbit holes of creativity.
Yeah, because
Using other people, yeah,
Sorry.
using other people's words instead of your own. Like that's where the
Exactly.
graphic trap like has happened to me before. It's like people know that this is not Annie. I don't speak like this. I don't do that. And I think they tune out right away.
Well, and isn't that what we always talk about? Like people can get oils anywhere, you guys. They could, I mean, they're not good oils, but they can go to Walmart and get some oils. So what they're not buying oils from you. Like they're buying you, you know, like they want to connect with you. And if you're consistently reposting other people's graphics, other people's words, you're not even available to them. So
Yeah.
you need to make yourself available and show up as who you are with oils added.
Mm.
Instead of it being like, I'm showing up as the Young Living face. Well, they can get Young Living face anywhere. They won't need, you know, like you need to be just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nice thing about what Stories has offered us, Stories on Instagram and Stories on Facebook, is just this quick few seconds of your life. And it does not have to be pretty, right? It can be a snapshot and it does not have to be curated. It does not have to be, you know, and that's what people love seeing. What are you doing on a day? Like little snapshots of your life. So literally if you take a picture, right, of maybe you're holding your favorite Super Bee, or maybe you're holding your Ningxia packet, or maybe you're putting your Ningxia in your glass with, I like those things. People really, Emma, my daughter, did a reel a couple of weeks ago. Literally putting Ningxia in a glass with some sparkly, but you know, I don't know, LaCroix or something with it. And she's stirring it up and like, it's just fun to watch. And like, she does a little cute hair flip. Well, that reel has gotten over 4,000 interactions.
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, why? But people watch.
Yeah.
So
And reels are a great way. That's a whole, like we could do a whole session
it's
just
a whole
on
other
reels.
thing. But the whole point is
But-
don't just share a billboard of Ningxia and like the price and the facts when you
Yeah,
can
show your
show
face.
yourself making your drink.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then if there is, I want to talk about pre-made graphics because there are some really good ones and sometimes they like are totally exactly what you would say about the product or whatever. So if you must share someone else's pre-made graphic or one you've bought or whatever, do it. And then balance it out with at least, I mean, here, I like the rules, you know, so at least like 2 more slides or pictures or whatever, or videos of yourself with that product, talking about that product. That's actually only you could do it. Like it's only your voice could say this. You type it out, you take the picture, whatever. So like you've got, you know, your pretty graphic that you got that's look professional looking, and then it's you right afterward, or it's you right before, and then your pretty professional graphic with a price on it or a sale blurb or whatever. Just so that You can still use the pretty things, okay?
Mhm.
But you've got to make it you, or it's not, they're just not even going to spend time on it. They'll just
Yes.
swipe right through.
Here's another strategy piece is if you're posting a lot of products that you sell, like if you're posting a lot of Young Living products, you better also be posting your life, because that is going to get much better feels from people. Like yesterday, for instance, is a perfect example. I had a lot of pictures of our window box outside and the flowers we put in. And then you want to maybe drop in like, oh, look, we're drinking a Zing for refreshment. Like make it a part of actually what you're doing
Yes.
that day. And people then will give you much more interaction, right? Instead of, oh, there she goes posting her Ningxia again. It's got to be a bigger story. And then secondly, the other thought I have about this is I am guilty of when people will give you interaction, right? It's like they push the little heart button on your stories or your posts, and then, or the like button, or they'll even comment beautiful or some, some quick little post. Sometimes I jump in, read it, and jump out, and I don't even say anything to those people. This is a beautiful, like, this is the whole point, is interaction and starting and maintaining relationships. So right back, thanks so much. It was such a fun day. Like take the time to respond to people when they give you interaction.
Building relationships. Yeah.
Yeah. And making them feel valued. Make them feel valued before they're ever your valued customer.
Yeah.
You know, like just give them
That's
the
good.
interaction and that relationship, because otherwise they won't make that jump, or it'll be a lot harder.
Exactly.
Also, the people, and we should value people anyway. So
Yep.
someone's watching your stuff. Somebody was like, can you imagine, like, you might feel like you don't have very many people watching your stories or whatever, because you can see how many people are watching them. But they were like, can you imagine having 20 people stand around, watch you like plant your window box? That's what's happening. It's like, I know, you have 25 people looking.
Well, and it's more like between 100 and 200. So when I think about those people, when I think about those people in a room, I get so nervous to talk to 100 people. But here we are doing it on social media.
Here we are in our bathing suits.
No big deal.
Like, hi. Fine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Okay, but when you respond, Annie, talk about the hey girl thing.
Okay, so I always hate, and I've been a little distant on social media lately. And so I'm so glad we're talking about this, because I've had a few like just interesting things happening of what not to post. And I never want to come off like how people have been kind of coming off to me, like this hey girl post attitude when I'm not their girl, or we're really not friends, but because like I guessed a number of a candy in a jar, now I get this hey girl text that's like, hey girl, just so you know, here's my link and I've added you to my group and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like this list of like, I don't know what, like this list of things I now have to do, or now I'm a part of, and I didn't want to, I just wanted to help you name your dog. I didn't want to be, uploaded with your coffee shakes, or, updated with.
Well, it feels like you get like, it feels like you just got a copy and paste message back.
100%. And
like,
yeah, I mean, it's literally like 2,000 words. Like, I'm not going to read this. Hey girl, I don't know if you've been following me, but I have started this new coffee thing and I'm doing XYZ, or I'm selling this new thing. And it's just like this list of information I didn't ask for. And so I don't want to be sent,
That's a bait and switch. Yeah. Nobody wants a bait and switch.
No.
Nobody wants to feel like they have been manipulated into some kind of thing. No.
If you have people who are interacting with your stuff, just interact back like a normal human being. Like, they like my stuff, so I go to their page and like some of their stuff, and they say something nice and I say something nice. They have a cool picture of their kid, I leave a nice comment, and all of a sudden we're friends.
Yes.
And then when I post about something oily and they ask me a question, we have a natural conversation. Yes. It's not this weird slide into your DMs, haven't talked to you since high school, whatever, junk that makes people so leery. Sometimes they won't. You guys, sometimes you'll post about your oils and you'll get crickets. And it's not because they're not reading it and not because they're not interested. It's because somebody from another company hey girled them.
Yeah.
And they're
love
not taking a chance, and they don't have that trust yet maybe with you
Yes.
that
That's
you're
so-
not going to do that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Build
That's
that relationship. And then when they actually become your girl,
yeah.
then talk about
They-
something
they
that
will
you're
ask-
passionate about. They
For the
will
most
ask
part,
you.
They will ask you. And
Yes.
then you can tell them, and you don't even have to say, hey, girl.
No,
Yeah.
please don't. It's my nightmare.
It is.
Right.
It's so, it's the just cringiest. You're just like, well, that just went south.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do copy and paste.
No.
Yeah, I think when you're making a post a day, you don't have to even make your post a day in the same space every time either. It's like I make a post on my Instagram, I make some posts in my stories, I make a post in my education group. And like over time, like if you have 4 or 5 places that you're consistently doing something every day, then about every 4 or 5 days, the people who are tuned into that spot are going to hear from you, and that you're not overdoing it. But
Mhm.
imagine if you only posted once a week
Mm,
and that person didn't check in on that day. And so then they go 3 months without seeing any of your stuff. I mean, there really is a lot of value in being daily consistent with this kind of stuff and just showing up.
yeah.
Here's the other thing at the very, very, very foundational level, you guys, that I remember, and that is that I want to be a light. I want to be an encouragement. I want to uplift. I want to inspire faith and belief. And so at the end of the day, why do I use social media? It is really not to sell products. Like I use social media to shine my light. And you know, it's a cliche saying, but that is really what we're here for. Is we want to kind of have this ripple effect. Social media is a beautiful platform to get ourselves in front of people, a lot of people every day, right? Here I am in my house, you know, like I see my family on a daily basis. I really don't see many other people, but I jump on and I do a story, and guess what? 100 people see it. And so what I am doing and saying will either lead them toward life and encouragement, inspiration, hope, a future, or it'll lead them down a path of fear, you know, doubt, insecurity, you know. So that is really, you know, that's really what I like to focus on.
Mhm.
I think having a bit of a vision about what you want to put out there really does help. Helps guide you, and it helps you stay more consistent. If you're like, well, if I'm trying to put joy out and I haven't put anything good out this week,
Yeah.
like I'm going to sit down and think of something positive that I can put out into this space.
Yeah.
Because it's going to leave people feeling better, even if it's just sharing a story of something cool that happened with an oil to you. Like people are going to be happy for you, you know. So
Absolutely.
Yes.
good.
I think we should do like a challenge. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I love that. What do you think,
Bring it.
Annie?
I don't know, maybe if we, okay, so I haven't posted for a while, so like, should we try like a daily thing, like maybe for 2 weeks or a week or
Yes,
30
yes, yes,
days?
yes. Yes.
well, Ash, you make the rule.
Yeah.
You're the one, or Christy.
Okay, I like rules until they don't. I like rules until they cramp my style, and then I'm like, rules are stupid.
I know. Well, tell me
So
what
stupid.
your advice is.
Well, I think a 2-week like challenge is a good idea. Like whenever you watch this video, challenge yourself to spend 2 weeks showing up consistently.
Yeah.
You can even plan what you're going to post about. Like
Okay.
you don't have to be like, what am I inspired about today? Like you can sit down and say, okay, I'm going to share 2 stories about my kids, 2 stories about oils, 1 supplement,
Maybe food, maybe if you're making a fun, you know, maybe
a meal
food.
that our family is having, that because I know, you know, everyone's always looking for, what do I cook these people?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cook for these people.
What are
And
you
like, you know, you
reading?
can
What are
come
you-
up
What are you
with,
reading? Ashley, you've been posting
Yep.
what you're reading a lot lately. I'm super
Yeah.
fascinated by what you're reading.
Fun.
So those are
Anything.
ideas.
make a
anything.
plan. You could sit down right now and come up with 14 ideas of things to
Yes.
post about. And then you don't even have to like say on this day, I'm going to post about this, but you could just have a
Check
list
'em off.
Okay.
and go through, so I think a 2-week, just challenge yourself to do that. And after the 2 weeks, say, how did that feel?
Yep.
And I feel like the only qualifier is post something that only you can post. That's it.
Yeah.
Like that's not from anybody else. It's not anybody else's voice.
Yep.
It's not anybody else's story. It's literally something only you could say.
Beautiful.
And you've won. Like you've just connected with a bunch of people in a way that you probably haven't been lately. And another really tiny bit of encouragement, it does not have to look pretty. It really doesn't. Like, I know that I feel like in the last 5 years, Instagram has gotten I'm talking Instagram specific, curated, and everything is just so beautiful. And I've heard lately that in the last 6 months, people are not so into that anymore.
I think that's why people like TikTok, because there's nothing curated about it. It's just people talking or lip syncing, which is dumb, but I mean, that's what I do.
Okay, so if you don't want to go over to TikTok and do that, just do it on Instagram. And people are
actually,
really loving that because it feels more real.
If you do look around Instagram, there's a lot less curation happening right now.
Yeah, it's nice.
So.
It's nice. So just do it.
Okay.
It's not about looking like a magazine. It's about just putting yourself out there, showing up.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome chat, girls.
Simple,
Yes,
but
thank you
it's
for the
simple,
idea.
but we need encouragement, like
Totally.
we need each other to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love the ideas.
All right. Can't wait to hear
Friends.
post.
Let us
Okay,
know.
bye.
Yeah, let us know if you guys are posting, comment on wherever you're watching this, and then we can go encourage you.
Sure.
All right, bye, girls.
Okay, bye.
Bye.